G'day everyone, it's Callaway back for another video, and we did it. We made it through. Finally got to the end. This is the review of Dead Body Road issue 6. So thanks everyone for watching the first 5 reviews, and I hope you enjoy the final issue of Dead Body Road. I hope you like the review. Been a good story so far, you know, a revenge storyline of an ex-cop's wife is killed during a bank robbery. So he goes out for revenge to find out who did it. This issue, there's a few things with this issue. Overall, I liked it. There were some things that I really liked in it, and then there were some things that were like, oh, really? I wish they had done that a little bit better, or I wish they had done this. You know, it was satisfying, this book, but not really at the same time, because it's like, oh, I wish it ended differently, or I wish it did this. And then there were some things in the book that were just like, really? What the hell? And there's a few things with the art that I'll point out as well that I didn't really like, and things in the story. But overall, it was good. It ended the 6-issue run well. Come to a good end, but I wish it was different. But let's get into it. Okay, Dead Body Road issue 6. Written by Justin Jordan and drawn by Matteo Scalera. The art from Matteo hasn't really been my thing. It's not really my thing, but it has gotten better, and I have grown in it from issue 1 to issue now. The art's grown on me a little, but there is some things that I'll point out that were just like, what the hell? So this issue picks up from the end of last issue, where you've seen this good guy here, Gage. He got himself captured in the book at the end of the book by the bank robbers, because he had it planned. He wanted to get captured. And if you remember, at the start of issue 2, Gage here, the good cop, was leaving the desert holding a shovel, because at the end of issue 1, the hacker that he chased out into the desert got killed by the bank crew that hired him. So at the end of issue 1, hacker Jimmy, he died, and he had the that card reader that had all the bank account details on it that he hacked from the bank robbery. And we didn't know where it was. We didn't know where he'd stashed it. And then at the start of issue 2, it picked up where Gage was walking to the camera in the desert, and he had the shovel. So we presumed that he'd buried Jimmy, that he buried the dead hacker where he died, because Gage was there when he died. So this issue picks up where Gage he's been captured by the bad bank robbers, and the bank robbers have used GPS coordinates to find where the card reader was buried. So here we can see Gage digging for where he buried the card reader, or where the card reader was buried. And Gage, all along, he had a setup. So this sets up from issue 2 where he set it up. And so he's digging, he's going clunk, so he's found the box. So then the bank crew, they put him in handcuffs because they don't want him to run or have any way of getting out of it. So the bikies and the bank crew dig up the box, and they think the card reader's inside. But what's inside? Boom! We get a big explosion. He put a bomb in the box. The card reader wasn't in there. So he stitched them up. He had the plan to get them there and then kill them all at once. So this cop, he's pretty smart. He had this plan 6 issues ago. So they boom, the bikies have been blown to pieces. And then remember when in the last issue the woman and the bad cop got away? Well, now they're coming to save him. So they're coming in the red car, and the bikie's shooting at her. So she's like, oh shit. And she swerves and crashes the car, and she gets out. And this is one of the bikies and the bank crew, and they're like, get out, you know, we're going to kill you. And so the bad cop gets out of the back of the trunk, and he's like, get on your knees. And they get into a squabble, and they fight and they kick, and then it keeps going. So then we got this guy, he's still blown to pieces from the bomb. And now Gage has got the leader, Lake, the leader of the crew. He's going to kill him. And he's like, no more guns, no more running, no more games, just you, just us. And he's like, and he just He picks him up and just throws him through the window of the car. Just like, boom, picks him up like he's a stick. That was cool. Just boom, smashes him through the window of the car. And he's like, stop, Mr. Gage. I'm sure we can come to an agreement. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, you want to know who killed your wife? So in the last issue, in the issue 4 where the car chase was, he said, I killed your wife. So now it's like he's trying to bargain. It's like lie his way out of it. And he's like, I won't tell you. You will die, Mr. Gage, without ever knowing. Maybe I can't stop you from killing me, but you'll never get satisfaction. So he's trying to buy time by trying to lie his way out of it, saying, I didn't kill your wife, but if you kill me, you won't know who did it. And he's like, I know who killed my wife. And he's like, I did. I thought she could make me something better than I was, but I was wrong. I destroyed her, and none of this changes anything. But maybe I can make something right. You were right about something else too. I can kill you. And he snaps his neck with a chain. I like that. That was really good. And so then his partner gets out and he's got Rachel hostage. And he's like, that's about far enough, partner, because he's going to pick up a gun from this guy. And she's like, don't you touch me. And he's like, yeah. Now see, I like this, but you stuck a pipe bomb in the casing for whoever gets to it, just in case you died before this was over. Am I reading that right? And he's like, yeah, just about right. And he's like, now you tell me where the data is. No traps, no clever shit. All I want is the money. And we get this guy. He was one of the bikies. He's trying to hotwire the car to get away. And he's like, the good cop's like, you don't want the money. You never really did. Or you wanted the rush. You wanted to hear your blood sing. You'll keep doing this until someone puts you down. Let it go. Do one damn thing right, Cobb. And then this guy tries to get away and they end up getting in a fighting thing. And he goes to shoot this bad cop and he's like, one bad decision after another. And he's like, he said, this is over, Cobb. This is the good cop trying to take things old partner. He said, just about. He said, you did always think you were better than me. How's that working out for you? And he's like, you know why I loved Annie? I can't say that I do. I can't say I care either. And he's like, this is a good cop here. And he's like, I saw a chance of something different. I was better for a little while. I knew it couldn't last, all this, and I didn't even get what I wanted. I'm like you there, Cobb. And he's like, how's that? And he says, we wanted the wrong things. And I like this part here, this page is really good. And he's like, maybe so, but you don't think I'm going to walk away now, do you? You ain't fast enough, not even on your best day, which frankly ain't today. I know something else too. And he's like, you got some other insight to impart to me because I'm not at all interested. Just one. I don't need to be faster than you. I just need to be better. And he shoots him. He shoots his old partner in the head. But he gets shot as well with the gun. And so this is the part where I didn't really like, but I understand why they didn't. So the good guy now, he's killed a bad cop and he's died. He actually died here. So Gage, the good guy that was after the guys who killed his wife, he ends up dying here. So he's like to the woman. And this is where the funny thing, Gage had the card reader all along. So he must have got it from Jimmy when he died in issue 1. And the funny thing is, the card reader has been with them the whole time. It's been in the car the whole time. And he's like, why? And he's like, I was only a good man for a little bit. Thought maybe I could just a little longer. And look where the fuck that got you, because he's been shot. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, check the trunk. And she's like, what? And he says, it's in the trunk, in the wheel well. We had it the whole time. She's like, oh, you fuck. And he's like, yeah, just do better than this. Please make this better. Make it worth it. So he died, and he's like, make all this worth it. Make all this tragedy and all this shit and bad luck. Make something good of it. And so I liked how, I understood why they did it. Like he's been a bad man, like he's done bad things as a police officer. He's done, he's been dirty, he's taken money, and he's hated himself, or he's felt guilty, he's felt ashamed. But his wife, when he was married to her, she made him feel whole. Like, she made him feel better. She was the light to his darkness. So when she died, he lost that good side of him, and now he's like, this is the one last good thing I can do. You know, give this woman the money and the card reader, and she can make a life of herself. So I understand why they did it, but it's sort of, I was like, oh, I would have liked to see him live and then maybe become like a Punisher type sort of thing or something like that. But it's only a mini series, so. And then it comes later on, 6 months later. Remember that guy that was hot wiring the car? Well, he got away. So now this Rachel, she's now teamed up with this guy. Remember the cop's original partner from issue 1 right at the start, the black guy that said, I got the case, but I'll probably be taken off it. Well, she's teamed up with him, and she now is pregnant. So she's obviously fallen pregnant before her husband Jimmy died. And now she's tracked down one of the last living member of the bank crew that killed the wife. So now he gets arrested. So she's used the money and stuff, and now she's making a life for herself. And then this part here, this tells us how his wife died. And he's like, but he went after the teller. I don't think he was really going to do anything. I think he was just going to scare her, but then it went bad. She wasn't our inside person, that was just shit Lake got from Google to fuck up Cage. So remember how in that issue 3, he said that she'd fallen in love with someone else and she was an inside person to make Cage feel like he was unloved or something? Well, that was just a lie. So it was. She loved her husband, she loved him, and she never did anything to betray him. The Lake just lied about that. She wasn't our inside person. Lake just got that from Google to fuck with Cage. She shot him and I shot her. I don't even know if I meant to. It's just things happen, you know. So it was just, she was actually a good security guard that was trying to do the right thing in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'd like that ending, but overall it was a good story. It ended the series, ended it well, but I wish it sort of might have ended a little bit differently. But there was a few things I didn't like I've said previously, I've made it known that art isn't my thing, but it's a nice style, like it's fast and it suits action, but like there's one thing, like look here, like these, it's just, like that there, I know she's a skinny woman, but that there takes a thigh gap to a whole new level. Like, you know, like look, it's just, to me that's just, I don't like that. Like it's just, even I can draw that. That's basically just a fatter stick figure picture. Like, you know, and this is a fairly decent sized panel. This is a big panel, and we get just a woman with just sticks for legs. Like there's no definition, there's no contrast, there's no nothing to it. Like that's the one thing I haven't liked about this art. Like overall the art's good, but like it's not my style. And like that was one thing I noticed. Like you look at it, like that is a thigh gap to a whole new level. Like it's just a boom. There's no curves or nothing, just squared lines, and just like that's not even what a human figure looks like. No matter how skinny you are, you don't just have squared off legs like that with a huge gap. Like things like that, though, I didn't really like. There was things I noticed like that through all 6 issues about the art that I didn't really like, but I can see why people like it. Like it does the scratchiness, the fast pace. The art style suits a fast paced action book, but yeah, it's not really my thing. Like that was one thing in this panel. That was the first thing I noticed was like that is one huge thigh gap. Like that's a thigh gap to a whole new extreme. But other than that, story was good. Overall, the plot was good. You know, as a guy seeking revenge, like the anti-hero type. So overall, it was really good. I do recommend, if you want to have a read of it, definitely pick it up. It's by Image and Skybound, Dead Body Road. It was published in 2013, 2014, I think. 2014 it says here. There's also another mini-series, Dead Body Road, coming out. I think starts next month. It's Dead Body Road, but it's a different storyline, different people. So I'll definitely check that one out and try and do reviews of that one too. But overall, good story. I like the anti-hero stuff, the crime stuff. I do really like that. Issue 3 was probably my favourite, was the car chase. Issue 3 and then issue 1 were the best. Issue 4, not so much. Issue 5, not so much. And then issue 6, it finished the storyline off well enough. There's a few things that I was like a bit meh, but overall, it was a good story. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. It took longer than I thought, but we got all 6 issues done and reviewed. So Comics with Callaway, like, subscribe to the channel, share my videos, try and get my name out there and get some views to the channel, and we'll bring you more content. Thanks, guys.